Hello, beautiful people. Today is our day one of our masterclass vision, and I am so excited to be here with you all. If you are here with the Zoom link, click the Zoom link and jump on the Zoom with me. And if not, watching from the Facebook group or here, I'm here live on my Instagram as well. But I would love for you to participate because that is the piece that is going to benefit you the most, the participation. Okay. So let me just make sure that I've got everything here. And let people in. Hmm. 1 second here, because I have a little bit trouble on my setting of my. Hello, Susan.
Hello.
Um, I am just having trouble of finding the focus mode for some reason. Um,
Somebody's calling me, so I'll be right back, okay?
yeah, sure. Where is the focus mode? Oh, start focus mode. Here we go. Got it. Okay. And I'm gonna do this. Not sure why I am seeing not myself, but Susan here. That's so weird. 1 second. Why is that? Not sure. Anyway, we're all figuring it out. That's all part of it, right? That's all part of it. Go with the flow, with ease and flow, and trusting that everything is gonna work out. And that is my philosophy right now. I am entering a very new era of my life, a very new awareness of my life. And I am growing so much every single day. And I cannot to share with you all of what I think would benefit all of you to have the success that you want to have, especially if you are an entrepreneur and a business owner, that you want more money for your business and more impact in the world. And this material, I think everybody should know it. The reason why is because I want to just introduce myself a little bit. A lot of you probably know me as a health coach. So I still have my existing clients that I am serving 100% in, but I used to be a health coach and I help women stop binge and emotional overeating. But that is also not my background. My background is in finance. So I was working for finance area for 16 years. I am a CPA in the US that a lot of you are from the US. You are familiar with that term, CPA. And in New Zealand, we call it Chartered Accountant, CA. But anyway, certified accountant. And I have master degree of accounting, and I am a certified business advisor through Institute of the Advisors in Australia. So I had a huge background of finance and accounting. And my last job was working for a government here as a finance business partner. And before that, I was working for the global Fortune top 500 company. So the reason why I drastically changed what I did was 6 years ago when my daughter was born, and I had this overwhelming, I don't want to say urge, but like motivation, just letting people in, motivation that I wanted to leave a legacy for my daughter. I wanted my daughter to remember me as someone who make a massive impact in this world directly. I mean, I did contribute in the corporate world. Like we did a lot of good things. Hello, Randy. Uh, and but I wanted to do something more. I wanted to directly impact people's life. And I was searching on this journey. I was like, what can I do? What can I do? I'm just gonna mute you, Susan, because there's some background. And I was like, what can I do? What can I do? So I started to search on my own journey. And then I did something else before that. But eventually I decided, you know what? I was stuck in this binge and emotional eating cycle for years. And it was like hell. And I attended Dean Graziosi and Tony Robbins course. And they were saying that um you can teach whatever you feel like you've done that before, and it's so needed in this world. People need you, and they really need you. And I was like, okay, so that is what I'm going to do. That is how I'm going to make the impact. So in 2022 July, my birthday, I quit my corporate job, like comfortable salary, everything, corporate job, and I deep dived into this entrepreneurship world. And I hired my mentor at that time. He was phenomenal. He was so great. And after 3 months, I had my first 5K, and I'm talking about USD here. And then after that, another 5K month. And then 2 months after that, I had seven and a half K a week. And then another 15K month. Um, and And I was like, from other people's eyes, it was like, man, you are killing it. And my mentor even interviewed me in one of his challenges. Like, he is very successful. Um, and I was like, okay, I can do this. But deep inside of me, I just felt very insecure, and I was worried about where my next client would be. And I constantly thought that I was not good enough. I was not good enough to be a coach. And after that, I didn't know why at that time. I just couldn't bring myself up to take actions. I felt flat. I felt uninspired. I was still, serving all my clients, and I was still had random, like, here and there clients coming to me. But I just didn't create the 15K a month anymore. And I couldn't figure out why. And I was really down. And then I signed up for another coach, and which I learned all of those, marketing and all of the doing the masterclass, for example. It was beautiful, but it was still not addressing my core question, like, why am I not doing the necessary things that I need in order to succeed? Because I knew already all the strategies, all the things that I needed to do, but I just didn't do it. And then last year, about October, I would say, I came into a woman's world called Kathleen Cameron. She is my mentor right now. And this woman, so she used to be Bob Proctor's inner circle, in Bob Proctor's inner circle when he was alive. And she, as a brand new coach, she achieved 20 million revenue in her coaching business. I was like, wow, how did she do that? Must be like working a lot, right? Must be like grinding and hustling. And that was one of the things that really, I feel like I was felt inspired, because I constantly felt like I was hustling and grinding and I was burning out. And I was like, this woman must have, doing all of those things. But after I got into her material, and I realized that, man, actually, there is another way doing it. There is a way that you can do it with ease and flow. And she did it. And then when I went into that material more and more often, I realized that I was doing it unconsciously, though, unconsciously about 14 years ago. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit more about that. The material that I was learned, have been learning right now is so life-changing. It literally changed my life a decade ago. So a decade ago, I had eating disorder. I was depressed. I had insomnia. I couldn't sleep. I was so worried. Every day I was anxious to hell. I had chronic constipation, and I was kidnapped and sexually abused by my ex-boyfriend. And it was like a dark, dark place. I just every single day didn't want to get up. And one day, I think I shared this story. Some of you might know that. one day I ate like 8 mooncakes, which is like Chinese dessert. I was in Beijing at that time in capital city of China. And that's like equivalent of 16 burgers. I was feeling so sick. And of course, I made myself vomit. And I was in a five-star hotel at that time on a business trip. And in the bathroom, my knee was on the bathroom floor, like cold bathroom floor. I was like sobbing. I was crying. I was like, why? Why this? Why me? Like, what is the point? And then I heard this voice came through me and asking me a question, just simple a question. Who are you really? Why are you here? And I didn't believe God. I didn't believe like energy, those kind of things. Like it was weird for me, a decade ago. I didn't believe that. But after that, for some reason, a book fell into my lap. It's called Conversation with God. I would never imagine I would pick up a book with title like that, let alone it was a Chinese version. So it's by Neil Donald Walsh. If you don't know about him, he is phenomenal. And his book, Conversation with God, literally changed my life, literally saved my life. I even don't know whether I would be still existing without all of those help that I've got. And then I started to question all of those beliefs, all of those things, paradigms and patterns within me. And I was not just reading it, I was doing the thing. I was doing the inner work. I was reading it really slowly because all of those concepts were so new to me. Like I mentioned, I didn't believe any of those things. So it was very new, brand new to me. But I just kept reading it because it resonated with me. And then 6 months into that, I didn't know what was going on. My eating disorder was gone. My depression was gone. My insomnia was gone. My constipation was gone. And the sexual harassment thing, it lasted a little bit longer, probably about 2 years, but it was gone. I didn't go to any doctor, any therapy, any psychologist, and like none of them. I didn't even know, there was this place that could for me to go. So I was like, what is going on? I didn't know, but every day was just like living in flow. Everything is just so easy. And the most crazy thing was that I manifested 35,000 USD dollars for free from my friend to offer me to come to New Zealand to study. Actually, another friend also offered me free money to go to Germany to study. And I was like, man, everything is happening so fast. And then before I knew it, I was on the plane to New Zealand. And then it was so crazy. Even on the way here, everything just worked out for me. Like the strangers that I met, they came to pick me up in New Zealand airport. I knew nobody in New Zealand, nobody. I just had a suitcase with me, had total faith, was like, let's go. There was nothing for me to lose. I'm going. But like stranger come to pick me up, stranger help me to, lift my luggage, those kind of little miracles. Like everything was just so easy. And then I was doing my master's degree here in New Zealand and all my friends in the university, so they were much younger than me, and they were, doing side jobs, right? Doing like part-time jobs to support them for the study. So they were mostly in doing waitress and waiters and retail. And I actually was very excited because I had never done that before. I was like, man, I'm hoping to do that. It's so interesting, exciting. And then I got a job. I got a call from Siemens, which is one of the largest company in the whole world. They had a tiny office here in New Zealand, and they called me that they want me to be there to help them. I was okay. I accept that because it earns much more money than waiting in a restaurant. And and then that was it. So I never thought of those things. But in Kathleen's coaching, in Kathleen, this material, just letting people in on the way, um, I realized that, man, that was what I did a decade ago. I manifested all of the things without me knowing it. Imagine if I am doing it right now intentionally and consciously and focusing on my business and money, what can I create? I am just so excited. And I signed up for Kathleen's program a few days ago. It was fantastic, it was phenomenal. It was a perfect opportunity for me to shift my identity, to move really into the $1 million Sarah that I am set myself up for. So that is something that I want to teach you guys that, and I want to show you guys what is possible along the journey. And also at the same time, I am also showing what is possible for me. So that's why today, that's why I changed my, focus, from just focusing on the one thing to a lot of things, success and, particularly money, because I know money can be a tricky thing for a lot of people and for myself as well. I have a lot of I needed to have a lot of healing towards like people in with money as well. So that was my story why I do what I do right now, who I am, and how powerful the material that I'm going to share with you guys along the journey is. And I hope you guys um can resonate with that. I mean, if you are here today, I would imagine you're a high achiever, right? You want something bigger for your life. Like you're grateful for what you're having right now, but you envisioned bigger picture, bigger purpose, a more grand version of yourself. And I am so grateful that you gave 1 hour of your life to me and this masterclass. And thank you for being here. So this masterclass, we have 3 days. You and I were gonna be here for 3 days and 1 hour every day. It's called Vision. And I'm going to talk about the agenda just a little bit so you know what you are looking for. But before that, I just want everybody here to be in the spirit first. What I'm talking about. So imagine that you are watching a movie. It's a great movie, on Saturday night, you are looking forward to it. It's a great movie. You know that you are going to like it, but you're scrolling on your social media. You're making a phone call, you're doing some dishes, you are doing some laundries, and of course, it's fine. But do you think you will get the most out of the movie? Probably not, right? So I would encourage you to be in the spirit first. Have a pen and paper beside you because there are a lot of things that we're gonna go through within these 3 days, and you are gonna have a lot of aha moments. You are gonna know yourself, most importantly, much, much deeper level. So I want you to concentrate and to give your 100% here. Just, let's make this 1 hour 100%, not 50%, not 80%, but 100%. That is the most efficient way, which is in the future, I'm going to talk about, which is one of the principles for getting rich. You need to be efficient. Okay, so let's just briefly talk about the 3 days. So today we're going to talk about this foundation of this vision and how to set the right goals. A lot of us, we are not taught to set the right goals, and I'm going to talk about that. And tomorrow we are going to casting your vision. So we are going to talk about what you would love and really dream big, really dream wild. Like maybe today, right now, you feel like the things that you wanted to do, you couldn't even comprehend with your current state of mind. But tomorrow, when we get into the material even more, you're like, man, I can be that. I can achieve that. I am that person. And then from that place, you will casting a beautiful vision for your life and also the life that you want to impact. And at the end of the masterclass, I'm going to share with you one template of a vision board, and you can have your own vision board. It's beautiful and it's very inspiring. And then on the third day, I'm going to help you to embody it because it is one thing to know all of those information. It is entirely a different thing to embody it, to internalize it, to move your body to take the actions. So that was what I mentioned when I was reading the Conversation with God. I read I read slow, but you don't have to, like, because it was brand new for me, those material. But most importantly, why I read it very slow is because every single day when I learned something new, I stopped reading it and I started to go within, start to discover all of those things within me that I read from the book. And I started to implement the things that I read from the book, and it just changed my life. So and also we are going to talk about the Q&A. If you have any questions, you can put it in the chat here on Zoom. And if any of you are watching from the Instagram and Facebook group, I cannot see, especially Facebook group, I cannot see your comment. So come jump on the Zoom that we sent to you via email, and then I can answer your questions. And also another thing, I want to be completely transparent with you why I am hosting this master class for free. Why am I devoting 1 hour of my time? Not only 1 hour, like we prepared this event for the last 3 weeks. Me and my team. Grace is here. Thank you, Grace. Um, Oh, where is she? Anyway, and my team has been really working a lot for this. And I want to pay forward. I want to give you massive, massive value. And I know that what I'm teaching, what I'm offering is going to change everybody's life. And if you resonate with me, and if you are wondering, what am I going to offer? What is it like to work with me? So on day 3, only on day 3, at the end of day 3, I'm going to talk about my brand new program offer with a very, very exciting special pricing discount for founding members. So if you are interested, then stay till that day, and then I will talk about that new program. But if you feel like, you know what, Sarah, after the 2 days or 3 days, I feel like I love your energy. Oh, thank you, Randy. I love your energy too. If you feel like I'm good, Sarah, I feel like I've got a lot from your masterclass, I can just implement myself. Feel free as well. And there is no, like, I would love to connect with you more, regardless whether, we work together or not. So that's the intention of it. Okay, let's dive into it for today's session. So today is 1 hour. And first, I want to talk about why is setting a vision so important? Why the hell that we are even here, right? Spending the 1 hour talking about it. So let's say that you are playing the puzzle. What do? You have the picture of the puzzle, right? The end result. Okay, this is the dog that I need to put all the missing pieces back. And then from there, you go to find all the missing pieces and you put them all together, right? So it's the same thing for your life as well. You have this end goal in your mind, and then you take the necessary steps in order to achieve that goal. If you don't have the end goal in mind, what would happen? The universe loves clarity. Whatever you ask, you get it. Whatever you ask, you get it. Remember what I said this. I know that you might have some questions on this, but just bear with me. If I ask for more money, what does that look like? What does more money mean for me? Is it $10,000 a month? Is it $50,000 a month? Is it $100,000 a month? What is it? If we're not being specific, the universe is getting confused. Okay, there is a law called the law of relativities, right? So for some people, 5,000 might be a lot of money. For some people, 5,000 might be very little money. They don't even think about it. They just spend the money. It all depends on this person's perspective and their circumstances. So we need to let the universe know, what exactly does that mean for us? I need more money. Yeah, I give more. The universe said, I give you more money. I give you more $200 this month. Your wish is fulfilled. But yeah, but $200 is not that much money. Well, you have to ask me for more specific then. So we need to know specifically what that vision looks like. How does that make you feel? And that's so important. The feeling, the emotions behind it, that is so important. And like I mentioned, you are here is because you are a high achiever. And I'm sure that you will get a lot out of that. And after this, maybe, just maybe, because today we're going to talk about, you're going to write down your current goals, your current vision. And maybe at the end of this masterclass, your vision will be completely different because mine was. My vision, I mentioned to you that I achieved 15K a month in my coaching business, right? I was about uh, 9 months after I quit my job, and 6 months into after no 5 months into when I started to make money. I didn't believe or I didn't have the vision that I'm going to earn $1 million. That was like, oh, stop it, silly. That's embarrassing. Like I felt embarrassed and silly to think it that way. And when I followed my mentor and her success advisor was, connecting with me and we were talking. And then after she got to know me and she said, Sarah, you should join Millionaire. The program that I joined is called Millionaire. I was like, no, millionaire I think should be, people who already making, I don't know, 50K a month, 60K a month. Like, who am I? I just made the most 15K a month. And she's like, no, 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 no. That is what we're teaching here. We're not thinking from the circumstances. We're not thinking from the 3D world that you're seeing right now, because everything that you're seeing in your life is because of your consciousness, of your thoughts, of your ideas, and your actions yesterday. Has nothing to do with your future. So you haven't achieved, $50,000, $60,000 doesn't mean that you cannot achieve $1 million in your bank account a year. $1 million, what does that mean for a year? It's $83,333 a month. And she's like, you need to think from the fourth dimension. I was like, what are you talking about? And now I know what they're talking about after I get into this material. And I still didn't accept that identity. I was doing the work already, since then. I was like, okay, what if what they said is true? I already did it unconsciously a decade ago. What if I can do it now? So I was in this transitional period of changing my identities. It took me about 3 months to completely shift that. And I completely right now, I can say this without a shadow of doubt that I am $1 million Sarah. It's just a matter of time. I'm so freaking confident of that. And I then at the end of the masterclass, I want you to have this confidence. I want you to have this self-belief that, you know what? I don't know. With my healthcare business, I can have $2 million a year. I can achieve $10 million, or I can quit my job and do the full time for my coaching business, like what I did 1.5 years ago. So whatever that is, I'm just so excited to hear what you're gonna say at the end of the masterclass. What's the leap that you have jumped? Okay, so first of all, I want to ask yourself, what is your current vision? If you can put in your chat, what is your current goal for yourself, for your business, for your income? Maybe you are, working for corporate. That's completely fine as well. This material is going to change your life as well. For your health, maybe for your relationship. If you can type in the chat. Adina, so good to see you here.
Thanks, Sarah. So good to be here.
Oh, all right. So Randy said, hello, Anna. Oh, beautiful. Make a servant heart family international. I love that. What does that really mean, Randy? Like, be more specific.
Yeah, like making strong connections with people around the world. And, just my dream has always been, for 5 years when I started networking is, making these strong connections around the world. And, we could visit each other, and live the culture and all that. And I just think that that would be the best way to live life.
That is beautiful. That is so beautiful. Can you be a little bit more specific?
Yeah, like if we could, do business together and stuff like that and help each other out in any way we can. Like I'm in the health and wellness space now. Um, and yeah, kind of just like meeting those like-minded individuals and, kind of support each other, expand, because we are like-minded and we have the same, drive and, mission statement and dreams. And if we can all help each other do that, I mean, that's more than any job could ever do or anything like that, for sure.
I love that, Randy. I love that. Can you even be more specific? I am challenging your mind right now, Randy, because like I
Yeah, for sure.
mentioned, it's really easy to because in the past I was the same. I was like, I want to make more impact. Yeah, but what does that really mean? Okay, I want to help this many people. For example, I want to help 3,000 people in 3 years. I wanted to make this much money, like 1 million, 2 million, $3 million in exchange for that service. I want to make sure that I build a charity. I don't know. Some of you might want to build a school in 5 years that will have 500 kids in it to teach them how to be looking after themselves better. Or I want to connect with how many entrepreneurs, in your case, Randy, for example, that we can together, what kind of impact we want to have. We can change, I don't know, 10,000 households' life with our product. And I want to have I want to, I don't know, for some of people, maybe you want to say that I want to travel, 50 countries to promote our wellness products so that more people can benefit from it. Or I want to go to um, on a television, the national television, to promote our business so that we can reach as many people as possible. Like those are more specific.
Yeah, and for sure, I definitely need to be more specific because I have all these things. Like, I want to go to Germany, and my work is a company out of Germany, and there's a chance to go that way. But that's not. I really don't believe that's the path. Again, I think just the work path is not really the way to go. I just think the possibilities. I'm all about like opening possibilities, and I've been, kind of being a little bit more open to that the last couple of years. And honestly, the dreams are kind of like changing too,
Yes.
because the possibilities are changing. So I am getting more tight on them, for sure. And yeah, I mean, I would love to travel all the countries of the world, really. And I would love to. I mean, I don't. That's the thing. I should probably have a number, but I should have a number. You're right about that because that is what it's all about. And you don't really know what you're going towards 100% unless you actually have the numbers and stuff like that, right?
That, Randy, is beautiful, beautiful awareness. And I love the beautiful word you said, possibility. This is
Yeah.
all what is it about. We go from infinite possibilities. We don't go from our circumstances. We don't go like yesterday. I love the book. Yesterday, I read a book to my daughter before her bedtime. So it's about the two men. They conquered Everest. One is called Tenzing from Nepal. Another one is from Edmond from New Zealand. I'm in New Zealand. And the beautiful thing about it, one thing that it talked about Tenzing when he was a child in Nepal, he told he was dreaming about climbing to on the top of Everest, but nobody had ever done that before. So he was dreaming about that as a child. As a child, we can dream a lot of crazy things, like people call it crazy things, but as a child, we don't care. We just know this is what I would love to do. And then I go from there. I don't go from this is what I can do. And then I set my goal from there. No, no, no. We go, what would I love? And then we say, go there from that space, from that place, and then figure out the way. And when he told Tanton, when he told his father, I want to climb to the top of the Everest, his father, what did his father say? You're crazy. Nobody has done that before. It's not possible. But he didn't listen. He didn't listen to that voice. For a lot of us, myself as well, I'm still, rewriting my patterns. There are so many patterns that were installed in me by people around me, by my circumstances, that you cannot do this, you cannot do that, you should do this, you should not do that. And gradually, we started to be realistic. We be logical. And we are all very smart people, and we can be very logical about things. So a lot of times we talk ourselves out of it. Yeah, I want to be $1 million. I want to be a millionaire. Oh, yeah, right. It's not possible for you. Look at the most that you earned is only 15,000. How can you be a millionaire? That was my narrative. So that was such a beautiful, beautiful word that you mentioned that, Randy. Thank you so much. And possibility, very, very, very important. Let me have a look at other people's. But Randy, yeah, I would love for you to narrow it down more specifically, because that is going to also accelerate the process for you so, so much faster. I have a little bit allergy here. Adina, a high-end achieving affiliate marketing entrepreneur selling mentorship and coaching programs, making 1 million per year. Love it. Very specific. And the most thing that I love about it, Adina, that like so many things. One is that you're very specific. 1 million a year, very specific. Another thing is that you mentioned what you're gonna do to exchange for the money. And that is another universal law of compensation. What does law of compensation say is that in order to get something, you need to give something that is even, either equal to or greater than the value that you get. So in exchange for that, you are going to provide mentorship and coaching program for affiliate marketing entrepreneur, right? I love that.
Yes.
So good. So good, Adina. Anna, how have my own business at the end of 2024, Anna? Love it. Give me a month. Let's say not date. Give me a month. I loved it so much because, Anna, in 2021, I actually started the health business, but it was my side business. So I was still working full-time for the government there. And then for the whole year, I was reading my goal card, my goal statement from Napoleon Hill. Don't know whether any of you read that book, Think and Grow Rich, read it. And I was reading the goal statement every single day, morning and night. But my mistake was that I asked for 2 things. That's, another thing that you have to be specific. I asked for 2 things and gave me 1 thing. One of the things was that I wanted to quit my job on 18th of July, 2022. Why specifically that day? It was my birthday. I wanted to celebrate it. And then I did it. I achieved it. So Anna, August, yes. Yes. So that is so, so beautiful. And I want you to pay attention to that, Anna, that because we are going to cast a vision tomorrow, be even more specific. And then day 3 on how you can achieve that. So I'm so excited. I'm so excited to see what is going to unfold. Susan, define and implement a new purpose-driven business to replace and exceed current corporate job. Topics: healing, teaching, catering. Love it. Have a healthy, strong body and healthy weight for my body. Cultivate a mutually respectful and a happy partnership. Yep. Play and perform. And piano. Maybe teach piano. I love it. Oh yeah, that's no problem, Suzanne. So beautiful, Suzanne. But I would invite you to be more specific. So, for example, the first one: define and implement new purpose-driven businesses to replace your current corporate job. And you have the topic already, which is great. Healing, teaching, catering. And I think it would be so great for that, Susan, because you're so like, I say it in a really positive way. You are sensitive to emotions in a very positive way. When you tap into this material, you know that actually that is your superpower. I talk about that in the past, right? You were in my previous masterclass, how to turn your sensitivity to superpower. But now I know it even in a deeper level. And this is going to allow you to tap into the vibration. Another universal law is called law of vibration. And from there, you're just going to tap into all the possibilities. Like there is no end. So I want you to maybe define, let's say, a time or date, a month, that give you some like specific time that you will figure out at that time. Again, maybe some of you is like, I had the same question. I was like, man, that's a lot of pressure. What if I can't figure it out before then? What if I can't figure it out before August, before I quit my job? But the interesting thing is that the how is not your job. The how is not your job. The how is going to come to you. Universe, God, however you label, is going to provide you with the necessary things you need to achieve that. So for example, I mentioned to you a decade ago that I was doing it unconsciously, right? I really, really wanted to, at that time, I wrote a goal for myself because I had this binge eating disorder. That was like the most pressing problem for me because it was so depressing. And I was like, my weight was up and down, up and down, up and down. And I was thinking about food all the time. Like I was not living. I was not literally just surviving at that time. So I remember one New Year Eve, I went out to a pub with, not pub, I don't know how you guys call it. It was kind of like a restaurant, but it was overnight. And you can drink beer, you can do food, whatever. In New Zealand, you can call it pub, but in other places, I don't know how you call it. But anyway, so I was there with my friend, and I remember I wanted to write down what I want to achieve for the next year, just one thing, basically the vision that I wanted to have for my life. And I didn't have a pen and paper at that time. So I used a not the paper towel, a paper towel in the restaurant. And then I borrowed a pen and I write down just one thing I wanted to achieve was to stop and emotional eating. That was all I wanted. Like I just wanted my life back. And I didn't know how to do it. I didn't know that, what's the step ABC and 1, 2, 3. I didn't have a coach. I didn't have anything at that point when I said it, when I wrote it down. But I had that in my mind, in my subconscious mind. I was like, I'm gonna achieve this because if not, my life, I even don't know where it would end. So I really was determined and really fully committed to that. And then I had the book Conversation with God. Like I mentioned, I even can't remember how it came to me. And it was a Chinese version. It was just like phenomenal. So it's not your job to figure it how. Not saying that you don't work. You do. You still need to do work. You still need to take actions, but you don't need to worry. You don't need to stress out because at the right time, you're going to get the right tool, the right resource, the right people in your life to help you. Okay. And so now I want to quickly talk about the 3 types of goals and what is the common mistake that people make. there are three types of goal. Type A goal is the goal that you've already done it before. You know exactly how to do it. So for example, just simple example, you go from your office, from your house to your office. You know which turn to turn, you know which place to stop, you know which highway to take. And tomorrow you do the same thing, right? So that is when I said like a really very, very mini example. For me, it's like, for example, when I just reached my 5K a month, after 3 months into my full-time coaching business, and my goal was 5K. And that was a type goal. There was no change or anything. You know exactly what you need to do to achieve that. And it's quite conservative because you know that you will get it because you've done it. And especially driving the car to the office, you've done it day and day, every single day. And there is no risk, basically. There is no risk. And then, so that's type A. Type B is, it's a little bit elevated goal. So for example, I reached 5K last month. And right now, next month, I want to reach, let's say 10K. And I know exactly what I needed to do. I know, that's okay, Adina. And I know that, you know, if I talk to more people, if I reach out to more people, if I connect with more people, if I have more sales calls, then I can see it makes sense. I can get to the 10K. It makes perfect sense. So for me, for example, that I hit my seven and 5,000 US dollars, you know, in my 4 months into the getting the revenue. And so that for me makes sense. I know exactly the steps to take. Again, that doesn't involve that much risk into it. And that makes sense. That's logical. We talk about it. That's logical. And then the C type goal is the goal that you don't know how to achieve it. You probably even don't want to set that goal at this moment because you don't know how to achieve it. You think your logical mind think it's not possible. So for me, it was the $1 million revenue. I didn't believe I could achieve it, so I didn't set it. I always set the goal of 5K a month, 10K a month, you know, those kind of like incremental ones. But the thing is that that's where most people stop. They stop dreaming. They started to become logic. They started to become not plain full out. They started to not think big because of the risk of not achieving it, and also because they don't know how. But as I mentioned, the how is not our job. It's gonna come to us in another time. Plus, when we don't have that grand version of ourselves, and for my own example, I was uninspired. 5K a month is great. 10K a month is fantastic. 15K a month is great. But I was very uninspired. I was grinding and hustling, and I didn't have like this big, big apple right there, like joining me, wanting to go there. So one of the reasons of that, I just stopped taking actions and I felt burned out. So I want to talk about Roger Bannister. If you don't know Roger Bannister, he is an English neurologist. So, and also he was a middle distance athlete. So before 1953 or 1954, nobody could run a mile within 4 minutes. I think there is even a movie about the 4-minute mile. And why? Because the doctors and the scientists said it was humanly impossible to do that. So they said, like from the expert, literally, you're gonna die if you run that fast. Your heart is gonna explode. You're gonna die because of that. Roger Bannister didn't believe that. And again, before then, nobody achieved that because who wants to do that? Nobody wanted to die. But he had a vision that he is going to run the 1 mile within 4 minutes. And most importantly, alive. He had that vision in mind and then trained himself. He trained himself religiously. He trained himself. He was working hard. And guess what? In 1954, he finished 1 mile at 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. 3 minutes, 59.4 seconds. And most importantly, he was alive. He broke that limiting belief of the whole society. And the most interesting thing was that just 2 months after that, a runner called John Landy, I believe he was Australian. He ran 1 mile in 4 minutes as well. And then so many other runners have achieved it since then. But it all begins with a vision. If he didn't have the vision that I'm gonna run the 1 mile within 4 minutes alive, would he do it? Why would he do it? He probably wouldn't. Would he just do it for fun? Right? So it is so important to have a vision within you. Any questions from you guys? Drive safe, Susan. And at the end of it, I want to play a song. So this is something that I learned from a mentor, Kathleen. The song, I don't know about you, it resonated with me so much that sometimes I just cry when I hear a song because it resonated with me so much. It lifts the state of my mind, my being, and it lifts my identity to be closer to the person I want to be. And so I want to finish this session today with a song called Firework by Katy Perry. And that song just resonated with me so much especially after I start my entrepreneurship, because it's about every one of us have this light, have this firework within us. We just need to let it out. We just need to let it out. We just need to dream big. We just need to see the invisible. We just need to see the possibilities that other people cannot see. And we let it out. We are open to receive. We allow ourselves to receive. If you are here on Facebook or Instagram, and I highly recommend you to join us because I cannot really play this song there. I need to stop the streaming because of the copywriting. Facebook doesn't allow me to play songs. So I'm gonna end there right now. And I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. And if you are here, I'm gonna end the stream right now first. Ooh, shit. I just realized I didn't even live on Facebook group. Well, I mean, it's meant to be. It's meant to be that you guys are meant for here, and I am here fully 100% for you guys. And this is just, one of the things that is so fun is that you are not in the state of anxious. Oh, did I do it right? Did I do that 100%? Did I do that perfectly? No, you trust everything's gonna work out. I'm going to upload this video into the Facebook group and also my YouTube channel so people can watch it, but not the song. So I'll play the song now, and I will see you guys tomorrow at the same time. I hope this is helpful for you guys. If this is helpful, would love for you to. Oh, thank you, Randy, for being here. Yeah, it makes a lot it means a lot for me to know that I really make a difference for you guys and to really help you guys. Anyway, I'm going to play the song now, and I will see you guys tomorrow.